I'm back with another mega monthly preview video for you all. This is where I talk the hottest physical media titles to be released this upcoming month, being July, and these are prices as of June 2023, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I go over all my thoughts on these pre-orderable titles and let you know which ones I'm looking forward to picking up myself. So let's get right into this list. Start with number one here. We have The Truman Show at $19.99. I did pre-order this one already. I'm a big Jim Carrey fan. This is just an excellent idea for a movie. It's very surreal and trippy, a little bit more of a dramatic performance. So I'm definitely intrigued to get this one in 4K finally. Next up, we got Upgrade from Shout Factory here at $26.99, which is a pretty hefty price. You are getting this movie on 4K. And it is a really good title, I must say that. For a sci-fi action movie, it did surprise me in theaters way back when. But at that price, I'm going to have to wait for it to drop a little bit because I don't even think it comes with a slipcover, unfortunately. All right, next up we got Jaws 2 for $21.99. And then you can also get the Steelbook option for $28.99. That one's off of Best Buy. But Jaws 2, I've never seen this movie before. I've only seen the first Jaws, which of course is an iconic, classic Steven Spielberg title that I absolutely love. So I am curious to check out Jaws 2, but I don't know which way do I go with the Steelbook, the slipcover. There's a pretty hefty price difference between the two, and it is a complete blind buy, so I'll have no idea if I'll like it or not. Alright, next up we got Mission Impossible 3 Steelbook on 4K, $27.99. Now, I still haven't seen any of the Mission Impossible movies. I will be watching all of them before the new one comes out. Probably in that collection pack, actually. But if you want to collect them individually, these steelbooks do look pretty nice. The artwork is pretty cool. And that one's at $27.99. All right, next up, another Mission Impossible title. We then are going into the fourth one with Ghost Protocol. So another steelbook here, but this one's at $25.99. I believe for some reason it's a little bit more expensive. Don't know why. All right, next up, we do got Face Off on Blu-ray. I believe this Blu-ray has been released before, so it's just coming to Blu-ray again from what I understand. But $14.99 is not a terrible deal on that. You get John Travolta and, of course, Nicolas Cage. A great kind of, I guess, face-swapping, action-packed movie, which is a fun time. I do need to get that one in high definition at some point. Next up, we got July 11th. Tuesday here, and we have After Hours coming out from the Criterion Collection. You can get this one on 4K here, but the price right now, of course, is a little bit more hefty. I believe we're at $34.99, but once we're in that July Criterion sale month, I'm guessing it's going to drop to $24.99, so that may be the time to actually pre-order that one once it hits that sale. All right, next up, we do got Scream 6, which you can get the Steelbook at $39.99, which is a little bit hefty price for a steelbook, I must say, especially over the slipcover that's at $29.96. Now, I really enjoyed this movie. I definitely want it in the collection, but I might wait for a price drop on this one. I think it is going to drop in price being a studio title, so I do want all the Scream movies on 4K in the collection. Just a really awesome slasher horror franchise, but a little hefty on the price here, and I'm sure it'll drop sooner rather than later. All right, next up we got the Burning Collector's Edition from Scream Factory at $29.99, and I did pre-order this one myself. I've never seen this movie. It is a blind buy, but it is a Scream Factory Collector's Edition. I've heard some good things about this one. I heard it's pretty similar to like a Friday the 13th type of movie, so I'm a fan of the slasher subgenre of horror, so I think I might get a kick out of it. I'm gonna blind buy that one for sure. All right, next up, one that I'm probably gonna blind buy for sure is Sisu. Now you can get the slipcover at $30.95, or the Steelbook, when it was available on Best Buy, was $31.99 from Lionsgate. Now, the Steelbook was just $1 more, so I can see why it sold out. I had it in the cart, it was ready to go. I didn't check out before it got sold out, so I'm really disappointed in that. So, unless it comes back in stock, I'm gonna probably wait on this to get a price drop, at least on the slipcover, because I ain't gonna pay $1 difference and only get a slip out of it. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty excited for that movie. It looks like a John Wick style action movie. It looks like some fun, so I want to check it out. Next up, we got Beau is Afraid, 4K from Ari Aster, I believe, 28.49. Now I've heard very divisive things about this movie. I did not get a chance to see it in theaters. It was a very limited release, and it was an extremely long movie, about that 3 hour range. So I'm probably not going to pick this one up just because I've heard such divisive things, and that looks to be a pretty expensive 4K price. So don't know what they're thinking on that one. So yeah, probably not for me. Next up, we got another Mission Impossible movie. Of course, we got number 5 with Rogue Nation now, Steelbook, 25.99. Once again, kind of similar style to the other ones. Steelbook, that cool, colorful artwork. So if you're collecting those, well, there you go. There's another one. And speaking of another one, we got Mission Impossible 6 here, Fallout, 25.99 as well. Once again, maybe some people are picking up that whole collection line. All right, next up, we got Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret on Blu-ray, 22.99. This is based off a popular book. Now, I did not see this one in theaters. The trailers actually didn't look too terrible on this one, but this is for sure one that would need to be heavily discounted before I even thought about a blind buy. Next up, we got the Blu-ray Tuesday of July 18th. We have To Live and Die in LA. This is from Kino Lorber at the 24.49 price range. I've heard some good things about this movie. I've heard some okay things about it. Never seen this one before. It'd be a blind buy, so I'm probably going to skip on this one for now. Next up, we got Hugo at a very hefty price here, 34.99. This is an animated style movie. I think, did Steven Spielberg direct this one? Maybe so. Or maybe it was another popular director. I have not yet seen this movie. I've heard some decent things, but at that price range, I think I'm going to have to skip past that one, unfortunately. All right, next up, we got Rio Bravo on 4K, part of the Warner Brothers 100-year line. 29.99. This is a classic Western movie, and I will check this one out eventually out, but not in a standalone kind of release. I want to get it in that 4K overseas UK collection when it does come out. So I'm going to wait on that one. Next up, we got The Last of Us, the complete first season on 4K. That's awesome that that's getting a physical media release, so I do celebrate that. But I did watch it on HBO Max, and I didn't love it. I thought it was fine. I did like the earlier episodes actually quite a bit, but didn't end as strong for me. And at the $39.96 price range, I might skip out on it just because there's not a lot of episodes in there. So I don't know if we justify that price. It is 4K, which is really cool, but I'm kind of back and forth on that one, unfortunately. Next up, we got Les Miserables 2012. This is the musical movie that I believe is based off a Broadway show. This one has Hugh Jackman in it, which does intrigue me. I've never seen this one actually, but Hugh Jackman is one of my favorite acting talents, of course. It is at $19.99, so not a terrible price, but I might wait for that price drop on a blind buy for that one. All right, next up we got East of Eden. Once again, a very classic movie, part of the Warner Brothers 100-year line, $29.99. Once again, I'm going to wait for that one to get it into that complete Warner Brothers overseas collection to check it out. But this movie does star James Dean, so it does get me very curious. I do want to check that one out. Next up, we got the final Blu-ray Tuesday being July 25th. We got Showgirls from Vinegar Syndrome at $44.99. And wow, that is very hefty price. Vinegar Syndrome is always a little too steep for my wallet, unfortunately, until they get, really discounted and kind of those like standalone releases that aren't in those big box sets. Then maybe I'll take a whirl on that one because it did look kind of intriguing, but yeah, I'm gonna skip it for now. And then next up, we got Swamp Thing on 4K from MVD. Their new, like, was it their kind of classic Laserdisc looking cover art line, which does look really cool. I must admit, I am a big superhero comic book fan. So, do I need this one? No, because I already have this one on Blu-ray from MVD. I'm content with that. It's not really that great of a movie. I'm probably not even going to rewatch it again. Yeah, $34.99, just way too hefty of a price on that one. All right, next up we got World War Z from Scream Factory, $29.99. And I've never seen this movie. It's a blind buy for me for sure if I do pick it up, but little hefty of a price. I'll wait for it to drop. I think this one has Brad Pitt in it, if I'm correct. So I do want to check it out. It's a zombie movie. Looks like it had some action in it, but just never seen it. So gonna wait on it, but eventually I want to check it out. Next up, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2014 edition, 1996 for the price. This is the Michael Bay film, I believe, right? Now, I remember seeing this one in theaters as a kid, sort of, and it was okay, but kind of forgettable. So, yeah, just, yeah. There's Megan Fox in it. I guess there's that, but other than that, just not gonna pick up the physical media release on that one. Next up, one I definitely did already pre-order was So I Married an Axe Murderer. I've been waiting for this one to come to 4K for the longest time. It's 2782. Big Mike Myers fan. I think he's hilarious, and I really like this kind of classic style movie. It's very enjoyable to me. I thought it was a really creative premise, and has a little mystery and twist in there as well, which is always a fun time. So more of a dark comedy I can recommend. Next up, we got Team America World Police on Blu-ray from Shout Factory. This is going to be $22.99, which is pretty expensive for a Blu-ray, but it is a 2-disc set. And you know what? I'm a fan of the raunchy comedies, so if I didn't already have this one on Blu-ray, I might consider it. But since I already have it on Blu-ray, no need to upgrade just to make it a boutique label style. All right, next up, we got My Best Friend's A Vampire from Vastron Video here on Blu-ray, $17.99, which is a great solid price. The cover art does look kind of cool, but I've never seen this movie. It would be a blind buy. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna skip this one or put the pre-order in. I don't know. It might be kind of a day and day decision going into Walmart to pick up this sucker. But yeah, definitely kind of an awesome variety of releases for July. Let me know in the comments below which titles are you most excited for coming out in July. And also, if you do decide to pre-order any of them, please go through my Amazon affiliate links in the description below, because that will give some credit to my channel and I greatly appreciate it. And if you love collecting physical media just like me, make sure you subscribe right now. That way I can keep you entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics.
So let's finish this.
And if you enjoy these physical media topics, check out another one right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters.